You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14.
Right now at 7, residents in Girard gathered together for a Christmas celebration. Our very own Mitch Adams shares how the celebration brought the community together.
Also, several area Missouri fire stations received new equipment donations. We'll have the details on the impact these donations will have.
And we've got mostly cloudy to straight up cloudy skies out there. Rain chances increasing over the next hour or so. A look at that forecast to get you out the doors coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. I'm Elise Snowy.
And I'm Chris Warner, just after 7 a.m. now on this Monday, December the 23rd. Happy Monday. Because I was off last week, usually I keep everyone entertained, so I gave them 15 screaming goat variations in 30 seconds just a moment ago.
There's a lot of time to do things during the breaks or when we switch over from show to show.
You got 2 whole minutes and 30 seconds. Hey, you can fill that. You got it.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't, you can watch it at home if you so desire.
Fun time for us.
Could be. Maybe a great Christmas tradition to start is the screaming goats, and more Christmas traditions going on as well.
Yes. Well, the people of Girard gathered on the square for a Christmas celebration hosted by Eastside Cafe.
Now, the event is part of an effort to offer more community engagement in the town. KOAM's Mitch Adams has more.
To make small town America right here in Girard. So that's really our biggest thing that we want to push, is to make sure that we're doing our part to give back to the community.
The cold won't stop the people of Girard from gathering for Christmas fun. Eastside Cafe, a diner on the square, is a staple for the town's citizens. Andrew Fawcett took over the restaurant at age 19 and has done his best to put his heart and soul into keeping it open.
I've always been in the restaurant industry, so I started in the restaurant industry at 13 years old at Harry's Cafe. In 2016, at the age of 19, I started Eastside Cafe, and I've been here ever since. Eastside has been a household name since 1971. Nellie Wetke and her husband started this place, but it has been a restaurant since as early as the 40s. It started off as Decker's Cafe, Fern's Cafe, so this diner has really been rooted in the community for a very long time.
To show their appreciation to the community, Eastside Cafe turned Girard into a winter wonderland.
We decided we were going to come together in 2 weeks and create this brand new event that we've never done before. So there's a whole lot of stuff going on: antique car show, snow machines, games, and 12 craft vendors.
Cinda Simons was one of the vendors on the square. While she may not be from Girard, she's taken notice to the community feel after setting up shop there multiple times.
I have friends that live down here that have said that, Girard really does a lot for their youth around here. So I think it's great to start it, when they're young and they remember. And I think sometimes it keeps our young people here, or they come back after they're out of school and they stick around our small communities.
In Girard, Kansas, Mitch Adams, KOAM News.
Eastside Cafe will be hosting a Breakfast with Santa event on Christmas Eve.
And it should be dry for Christmas Eve, which is good, so Santa doesn't have to worry about that. But very, very unique thing that they're doing up there. And every community around here has something going on, so you don't have to travel too far to have a little get a little Christmas spirit. And we're getting closer to Christmas. We'll talk about that forecast a little later, but we need to get you out the door today, because I'm sure some of you still have work today, might even have work tomorrow. You need to know what to expect, and if you're heading out right now, you can expect mostly cloudy skies, as we can see from our camera in downtown Pittsburgh, getting little peaks of daylight, so that's why it's technically mostly cloudy, but really it's just about straight up cloudy across the region. There's a little gap in clouds stretching from almost Nevada down to Independence back into Chautauqua County. However, right behind it is a thicker layer of clouds, and eventually these clouds will start to produce some showers. MoDOT camera 20th and Rangeline in Joplin. Again, great example though of mostly cloudy. There are little spots of daylight trying to get through, but there's more clouds than there is sun. Rain showers should begin developing in the next hour or so, and then we'll have scattered showers throughout the day today. Now, through most of today, they will be scattered, so that means that you could get some rain, then it'll stop for a bit, then it'll rain again, so just keep that in mind. If it stops raining, it doesn't necessarily mean it is done, and it'll continue to do that throughout the day. It will be overnight tonight that our rain chances will increase, but our winds, thankfully, will decrease. In fact, those will start doing that by later on this evening. Right now, we are sitting at 49 in Joplin, 46 in Pittsburgh. And if you were with us on the KOAM side, or if you're just waking up, I can tell you right now, these temperatures have really not moved that much. They're still mid-upper 40s with Miami as the warm spot at 50 degrees. Highs today, upper 40s, low 50s, scattered showers throughout the day, otherwise cloudy and windy, south winds gusting 25, maybe even upwards of 30 miles an hour. So we're going to talk about our Christmas Eve forecast and Christmas Day, and of course the rest of the week here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, Chris, thanks. Well, Pittsburgh Parks and Rec held a holiday craft fair in the basement of Memorial Auditorium. Now, the fair serves as a way for citizens to catch up on last-minute holiday shopping while supporting local vendors and businesses. Now, guests could also bring their kids to decorate sugar cookies with edible paint while they did the shopping. And 9 Lives Cat Lounge and Adoption Center in Joplin held a breakfast with Santa. Not only could customers enjoy breakfast with Santa Claus himself, but they could also enjoy the over 50 cats at the shelter, many of which are up for adoption. The event serves as a way to raise awareness of cats for adoption, and many of which also got their own breakfast as well.
The goal is always to get, exposure for the cats and to get them adopted. Get people in that have never been in to visit before. It's always a fun first event to get to come to the lounge.
Always make sure to spay and neuter your pets so that way we can lower the animals going into shelters. Several rural fire departments in southwest Missouri received equipment donations. Now, donations were picked up by volunteer departments including Lamar, Golden City Liberal, and more. KOAM's Mitch Adams has the details.
Because we're volunteer, you may not have the staffing like a paid or full-time department is. So it means a lot to get this equipment.
Multiple rural volunteer fire departments in southwest Missouri are now better equipped. The new equipment, donated by Boone County Fire, was brought back from Columbia, Missouri.
Today we're going to be taking equipment that we received to distribute out to departments in our area that we asked and see if they had a need for, and they did. So we got the equipment acquired, and they're going to be picking it up sometime today.
Due to low funding, many of these small departments are left without vital equipment. The donations will protect the firefighters and help them be more efficient on calls.
The volunteer departments, they don't have access to stuff like this, like I say, due to funding, but it's a necessity for doing our job. The city departments or bigger rural area type of departments or districts have funding and stuff for that as well, and it's all just intricate parts that we use to help do our job better at fires or car wrecks or things like that to assist the people in our county and public and people that just pass through our area.
Some of these pieces of equipment, like this one here, most commonly known as the Jaws of Life, are crucial to helping save people in emergency situations.
There's a little over about 1.5 million firefighters in the U.S. that's registered, and 700,000 of them are volunteers. So we donate our time, and stuff for everything, whether you get paid per a call or something of that nature. Some do, some don't. So it's quite an interesting field to get into and help the public and stuff out as well.
In Vernon County, Missouri, Mitch Adams, KOAM News.
Equipment was available for stations to pick up from 1 to 4 p.m. yesterday afternoon. And those are our top news stories this half hour. Coming up next, lawmakers had a late night Friday finalizing a spending deal to avert a government shutdown. And later, a business in London is working hard to keep the tradition of ornament making alive. You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. We'll be right back, but first, here's a live look of Christmas decorations in Baxter Springs. Well, topping Nation Watch this morning. President-elect Donald Trump says he may be willing to keep TikTok in the U.S. at least for a little while. A new law currently requires TikTok's parent company, ByteDance, to divest in the social media platform by January 19th to avoid the ban. Now, the deadline date is set one day before Trump will take office. The Supreme Court has agreed to hear the case, and Trump has yet to provide details on how his administration would overturn the ban if it takes effect. Well, if you're still shopping for Christmas presents, you're not alone. A survey of nearly 8,000 consumers conducted earlier this month found the majority of people were planning to shop the week leading up to Christmas. At the start of December, Americans had purchased half the gifts on their shopping list, but only 10% were finished shopping. Now, even with people who took advantage of Black Friday and Cyber Monday deals, more than 60% didn't expect to start wrapping their holiday purchases until December. The crisis averted in Washington, well, at least for now. The latest stopgap interim spending measure passed in the House late Friday and in the middle of the night for the Senate. Now, the move averted a crippling government shutdown right before the holidays. Fox News correspondent Madeline Rivera has the story.
After remaining largely silent about the spending fight, something the White House says was intentional, President Biden released a statement about the bill. He says, in part, this agreement represents a compromise, which means neither side got everything it wanted, but it rejects the accelerated pathway to a tax cut for billionaires that Republicans sought, and it ensures the government can continue to operate at full capacity. The final proposal, the third attempt by House Speaker Mike Johnson to keep the government open, is slimmer than a bipartisan agreement that House Speaker Mike Johnson had struck with Democrats. It keeps funding at current levels until mid-March. It also includes more than $100 billion in disaster aid and $10 billion in economic aid for farmers. Notably missing is a debt limit increase, something President-elect Trump had demanded. The bill received bipartisan support in both chambers of Congress overnight, with Republicans and Democrats either celebrating wins or, at the very least, accepting the realities of a narrow House margin.
We continued to fund governments at levels that were set by Democrats in the last Congress and then, slightly modified by President Biden.
We did what was basic to get us across this finish line, fund the government until President Trump comes in with the Republican trifecta, and then we will go through line by line and see how we can reduce spending and get our fiscal house in order.
But the spending fight exposed the divisions among the House Republican Conference, foreshadowing the challenges that might surface next year as Republicans try to implement Trump's agenda. House Republicans have another small majority next year, meaning they'll likely have to rely on Democratic votes to get any legislation through the finish line. At the White House, Madeline Rivera, Fox News.
And those are our top national stories. Let's head over to Chris for a quick look at the forecast.
Yeah, we've got ourselves some cloudy skies out there, and we have rain chances increasing as we head a little later into the morning. We'll have another complete look at your forecast when the KOAM Morning News returns. Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. We are just a few seconds away from 7:18 on this Monday morning. We are going to start with the future track. Now, at this point, Skywatch Storm Tracker is clear of rain. Still some cloud cover out there, but no rain yet. But in the next hour or so, we should start to see some showers building in. As we go through the morning, those showers will increase. Now, they'll still be scattered. So here we are at noon. Again, they'll still be scattered. So you could get some rain and then have it stop, and then it rains again, and then it stops. So you got to be cautious if you're doing anything outside, if you're planning anything outside. Don't let a break in the rain fool you to thinking it's over, because it will not be. Throughout the day, scattered showers will continue. We'll have gusty south winds, and the nice thing is by later this evening, say after about 7 or 8, those winds will begin to ease up for us. However, our rain chances will actually increase overnight into tomorrow morning. We'll have a bit more widespread rain, maybe even some periods of heavier rain, maybe even a rumble of thunder or two. Now, no severe weather is expected, nothing crazy like that, but we could get some heavier rain and a couple of rumbles of thunder. And what will happen as we head into Tuesday, the first half of our Tuesday, we've got showers, maybe even a couple of thunderstorms out there. Second half of our Tuesday, we're still cloudy, still some scattered showers out there. And then by Tuesday evening, we're still mostly cloudy, if not just plain cloudy. But then we start to dry out. So Santa, all he's going to need is Rudolph's red nose to guide him through the cloud cover as we head through Christmas Eve into Christmas morning, in which we are going to still be cloudy and we're still going to be pretty cool. Upper 30s, low 40s to start the day on Christmas. Right now, though, it is mostly cloudy. We've had some peaks of light coming through out there, but not by much. 49 in Joplin. Feels like 43, south breeze 17, gusting upwards of 25. And around the region, again, gusty winds. So our wind chills this morning, most of us hanging out in the low 40s. So it's not significantly colder than the actual temperature, but it does feel a bit cooler. But temperatures, I'm telling you, it's 2 hours in now, almost 2.5 hours in. These temperatures have barely budged anywhere. We've got mid to upper 40s with Miami, still the warm spot at 50, as you've been most of this morning. Now, as we head into the rest of the morning, again, cloudy skies, scattered showers, and see, look at those temperatures barely budging, eventually about 51 by 11 o'clock. Highs today, most of us should at least make the low 50s, but some upper 40s will certainly be possible. Cloudy skies, scattered showers, south winds again gusting 25, maybe even 30 miles an hour. Winds will ease up tonight. Temperatures slowly fall, but we'll eventually make it back to the mid-40s with those showers, and again, maybe a rumble of thunder or two. Christmas Day, most of us should at least reach the low 50s, but again, like today, some upper 40s will certainly be possible, and we'll have a mix of mostly cloudy to just straight up cloudy skies for Christmas Day, but we'll be dry, so if the kids have some outdoor toys or something they get for Christmas Day, they'll have an opportunity with a jacket to head outside and give them a try. By Wednesday, mostly cloudy. I'm sorry, that's Christmas. Where am I? Thursday, scattered showers and storms and warmer, near 60. Rain chances through Saturday, 60s through next Monday. A cold front Monday night into Tuesday drops our temperatures and brings more rain by next Tuesday. That's a check of your forecast. We're back with more right after this. Well, just a few days to go before Christmas. In fact, just 2 days to go. No,
Yes.
how do you count it? Well, we'll worry about that later. Many will have stockings hung up and trees all over the place, covered with ornaments. The tradition of Christmas ornaments, though, started in Europe.
Well, there are a few craftsmen still making them the old-fashioned way by hand. Lee Canary has more from London.
Ornate, detailed, sometimes cute. The Christmas ornament is not just ornamental. It's tradition being kept alive by hand in this quaint workshop in Bulgaria. The 27 artisans here are part of a social enterprise employing people with physical or mental disabilities. They are some of the last craftsmen in the world making glass ornaments without the use of molds. It's a painstaking process. Over a flame, artists melt the glass, blow it into shape, and add special touches, like this bell, made by master glassblower Ivan Stanvev. The trend is mass production of plastic ornaments in China, he said. There are very few craftsmen left. A few more can be found in the Czech mountains, where they perfect purling, a glass-blowing technique.
We are the last company in the world which produces Christmas ornaments from blown glass beads. The tradition still continues in the families.
The first glass ornaments were made in Germany, where the idea of decorating a tree at all began in the 16th century. At first, fruit and nuts were added to winter trees to symbolize the promise of spring to come. In 1847, German Hans Greiner invented a glass version of those decorations, called baubles. Queen Victoria was a fan, and they spread through Europe before coming to America. Today, most are made with molds and plastic materials, but a few bastions of craft remain, where behind every ornament is an artist. Lee Canary, CBS News, London.
Certainly a very unique way to still be making Christmas ornaments.
And ornaments are so special. I mean, I know lots of families have different traditions, with some that have been in the family for years and years. And so you never know, you might go pick up one of those and start a tradition yourself.
Absolutely. Of course, kids, they'll make them in school for you. So you'll have photos that you'll hang up of your kids, for 40 years, and they can look back as to what they looked like back in the day.
Absolutely. Very cool to see. Well, coming up, we'll have a few tips you can use to help manage your diabetes this holiday season.
And we've got some rain chances out there, cloudy skies for right now. Look at that forecast when we come back.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. It's currently 7:29. I'm Elise Snowy. Well, jolly old St. Nick decided to stop by Empire Market in Joplin Saturday to say hi to boys and girls from across the 4 states. And not only could parents get their children's picture taken, but they could also stop by the various shops that the market has to offer to catch up on any last-minute Christmas shopping. And they could also wrap any gifts that they got for a donation at a gift wrapping station. The Peace Church Cemetery in Joplin is the second oldest cemetery in Jasper County. Now, because of this, it holds veterans from the Civil War all the way up to the Korean War. Veterans from the American Legion Post 13 helped lay wreaths Saturday on graves of veterans. The wreath laying is a way to honor those who have fallen and have served in the name of American freedom.
We want to continually honor those that are buried. They served the country. Some are still living and serving the country, but those that have gone before us have paved the way for where we're at today.
25 wreaths were placed Saturday, including a monument that honors veterans buried there that have yet to be found. The 4 states was full of options for last-minute shopping last weekend as Carthage had its own holiday market as well. Well, Glitz and Glow hosted area vendors with products ranging from homemade sourdough bread to clothing to handmade leather products. The market also included wine tastings and a visit from Santa as well.
I think it's great because we're all small businesses here and most of us are woman-ran. I knew that it was going to be fun and I knew that we were trying to reach out to the Carthage community and try to bring more people into the Carthage community.
Around 15 vendors were at the market Saturday. Now let's check in with Chris for a look at the forecast.
Straight up cloudy skies across the area this morning. You can see it from our camera downtown Pittsburgh. We had a little daylight trying to get in, but it's really not going to succeed. Now, we are still dry at this point, but eventually these clouds will open up and start to bring us some rain showers as we go through the morning. Otherwise, again, right now, just cloudy, as you can see also from MoDOT camera 20th and range line. By noon, scattered showers out there. Again, don't let them fool you because we're going to be dealing with scattered showers. Even if the rain stops, it will probably be quite brief. So don't just go out unprepared for some additional rainfall. Rain again scattered through the day. It will begin to increase in coverage as we go overnight tonight, but at least between here and then, just scattered showers and gusty south winds. They won't start easing up until about 7, 8 o'clock this evening. Quick look at temperatures. 49 in Joplin. 46 in Pittsburgh. And these temperatures have barely moved through the morning, and they are barely going to move through the morning and into the afternoon as well. We got mid-upper 40s, and now Lamar, the warm spot, along with Chautauqua at 50. Earlier it was Miami. Now we've got Lamar and Chautauqua both sitting at 50 degrees. We should eventually make highs in the low 50s, but some upper 40s will be absolutely possible. Cloudy skies, scattered showers, and again, breezy south winds, occasionally gusting 25 to 30 miles an hour. Now the winds ease up tonight. Rain chances increase tonight. We'll talk about that, plus your Christmas Day forecast here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, thanks, Chris. While the holidays can bring a lot of joy, they can also bring headaches with so many responsibilities to keep up with. Now, for patients with complications like diabetes, having to worry about managing their diets can be one more draining task this season. Fox News' Ted Linder takes a closer look at what nutrition experts say can be done to help people maintain good health and avoid sending their blood sugar through the roof.
Well, the holidays are typically a time for feasting. The sugary treats that dominate this time of year can create challenges for people trying to manage their weight and blood sugar levels, especially folks with diabetes.
There's lots of foods that we typically only have during the holidays, and so people are going to want to have those things.
But instead of focusing on what foods to limit, nutrition experts like Danielle McFall of Clemson University recommend
it's a really good shift in perspective to think about these are the vegetables that I'm adding, or these are the fruits, these are the whole grains, these are the things that I'm adding to my diet instead of focusing on I can't have certain other foods. Shifting that mindset helps to make it a little bit easier to try to eat healthy.
And when it comes time to indulge, starting with a smaller plate may be a strategy for success.
It's not that we can't have those foods that we look forward to in the holiday season, but it's all about portion sizes. So even if you help yourself by starting with a smaller plate, that kind of structurally limits the amount of food that you can put on that plate.
People with diabetes should also be mindful of what they're drinking.
We're limiting alcohol, especially mixed drinks, because those are going to be things that have a lot of added sugar.
Meanwhile, health experts say it's critical to lower stress levels and not resort to emotional eating when overwhelmed this season.
Stress for people with diabetes, that can actually cause the blood sugar to go up.
Ted Lindner, Fox News.
And that's a look at our top news stories coming up this half hour on the KOAM Morning News. A Texas program is celebrating the recovery of former inmates by using their mugshots. We'll be right back, but first, here's a live look of Christmas decorations in Baxter Springs. In Consumer Watch this morning, the age to get a full retirement benefit from Social Security is going up next year. Now, some Americans born in 1959 and wanting to get a full 100% of their Social Security payments when retiring will now have to be age 66 and 10 months to get it as of 2025. The higher age requirement takes effect next November. The increase in full retirement age next year will be the next to last change. The last change will happen in 2027. Some taxpayers could get a gift from the IRS to start the new year. The IRS says it will give out special payments of up to $1,400 to about 1 million people who didn't claim a recovery rebate credit on their taxes in 2021. The agency says many people likely overlooked their eligibility for a stimulus check when they filed their taxes. Eligible taxpayers will be notified by the IRS in advance and are expected to automatically receive their payment by the end of January. Well, some young adults may know exactly what present they are getting this holiday season. A survey from consulting firm Deloitte shows more than 40% of Gen Z and millennials plan to buy gifts for themselves this year. The survey shows clothing, health and wellness, electronics, and traveling are top self-gifts. Deloitte says Gen Z, which covers people between 12 and 27 years old, have the highest spending potential during the holidays because they have fewer financial responsibilities. Well, it's now day 4 of the Amazon delivery driver strike, and the strike is growing in the days ahead of Christmas and Hanukkah holidays. Fox Business Network Max Gordon has the latest from the City of Industry, California.
Strikes against Amazon stretching into the weekend just days ahead of Christmas. More workers representing the International Brotherhood of Teamsters staying off the job, joining thousands of other members in New York City, Atlanta, Illinois, and San Francisco.
We want comparable wages to what other delivery drivers are making in the industry.
The ongoing strikes raising concerns that deliveries for holiday packages could be delayed, but Amazon says it remains confident there will be minimal impact given contingency plans.
Our focus is on keeping our employees and our partners safe, making sure that they can get in and out of our facilities to do the job. Most of them, they want to come to work, they want to do a good job, and they want to go home safely without being harassed, without being intimidated by the Teamsters or anybody else for that matter.
Senator Bernie Sanders also recently taking aim at Amazon founder Jeff Bezos, writing on X, quote, Amazon's Jeff Bezos has more money than could be spent in a million lifetimes. Why then does his company force workers to meet impossible quotas and treat them as disposable when they're injured?
Look, it's obvious that these workers are striking now to cause maximum disruption. I mean, Santa Claus is coming in a few days and those packages have to arrive on time.
Still, workers say they've been playing Santa for far too long with little reward for their efforts.
Why shouldn't we have a good Christmas? We're the ones that make Christmas happen for everybody in this country.
The Teamsters, however, are calling this the largest strike against Amazon in history. They say the strike will continue until Amazon sits down with them at the bargaining table. In the City of Industry, California, Max Gordon, Fox Business.
And those are our top consumer stories. Let's take a look at the market prices before the opening bell.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. 7:43 now on this Monday morning, and we are starting again with the future track. Now, at this point, looking at the Skywatch Storm Tracker, still nothing out there in terms of rain in our area, but that will change for the course of the morning. By this afternoon, we will have scattered showers across the entire region. Now, they'll be scattered, so again, you'll get some rain. It may pause for a moment, start up again. That'll be the case for us throughout the entire day today. Late tonight and overnight, though, the rain increases in coverage, so our rain chances go up, but the good news is the gusty winds come down. We could even have a couple of thunderstorms late tonight into the first half of our Tuesday. No severe weather, nothing crazy by any means, but if you hear a rumble of thunder or two, do not worry. It's just some good old-fashioned rain, which we still need. Now, the first half of our Tuesday, we have a few more of these showers, maybe even again a couple of thunderstorms. By the second half of our Tuesday, they're considerably more isolated to scattered, and later in the day Tuesday, they are gone, which means Santa only has to worry about the cloud cover, which is good. We don't want them getting wet or any of those presents getting wet either out there. As we head into Christmas morning, it will be mostly cloudy to just straight up cloudy and a little bit chilly, upper 30s and low 40s out there for us. We'll talk more about Christmas in a moment. First, look at all these clouds. Trying to get, if you look at the clouds here, you can see a little bit of daylight trying to come through, but really not making it. 49 in Joplin. 43 is what it feels like, with that south wind at 17, gusting to 25. And across the area, again, low 40s are the wind chills for most of us, but our temperatures really still, again, not moving much. We've got mid-upper 40s for most of us, with Chautauqua and Lamar as the warmer spots at 50 degrees. As we go through the morning, temperatures do not move all that much at all. They're just kind of hovering upper 40s, eventually low 50s by 11. Cloudy skies and those scattered showers out there. Scattered showers, again, continue through the day. Most of us should at least make the low 50s, but some of us may top out in the upper 40s, so maybe a bit of a cool rain. And, of course, the south winds gusting 25, maybe even 30 miles an hour at times. Into the evening we go. Rain chances continue, and later tonight, rain chances will increase and our winds begin to decrease. Say around 7, 8 o'clock, we'll start to see them winding down. Temperatures, again, still a very slow drop, but eventually making the mid-40s tonight with those rain showers, maybe a rumble of thunder. For Christmas Day, here's what we are looking at. Mostly cloudy to just straight up cloudy skies. Again, similar to today, I think most of us are looking at the low 50s for highs, but there could still be some upper 40s here and there as well. At this point, too, we're looking to be dry. So if the kids get some outdoor toys, as long as they grab a jacket, it'll be dry enough they can give them a try outside instead of all over the living room and crashing into walls and other things you don't want them doing inside. They can take it outside. By Thursday, though, temperatures increasing. All right, I know it's December. It's 60 degrees. It's kind of strange, but okay. However, we have thunderstorm chances. Nothing severe expected at this time, but some thunderstorms. Rain chances through Saturday. Temperatures hanging out upper 50s, low 60s through Monday. Cold front comes through Monday, though. Drops our temperatures significantly overnight. Brings more rain by next Tuesday. Let's check your forecast. We're back with more right after this.
We do recover. It's a phrase gaining popularity on a West Texas Facebook page, Lubbock County Mugshots.
Brittany Crittenden has a look at how that three-word phrase is proving for many there's a life beyond that single snapshot.
Daniel Woolridge loves his life. He's got a great job, a great girl, and plays in a band on the weekends.
I have so many amazing friends and family and just a lot of really cool stuff that I think, you know, as I was looking at my mugshot, I was like thinking back to who I was then, and like I was just totally broken and hopeless, you know.
Yes, you heard that right, his mugshot. Like so many others, it was posted to a Facebook page for thousands to see. He struggled with a drug addiction in college and was arrested several times before going to treatment and getting help.
Did I need people holding me accountable? Absolutely. Do we need to hold people accountable for their wrongdoings? For sure. But I think without knowing that there's hope in that, that's pointless. Because we all have, every person who's experienced addiction has an immense amount of shame and guilt for the things they've done to keep that addiction going, who they are, the places they've been, all that, right? And so if they can just get a little hope, you know, I think they can hopefully find some help.
Lubbock County Mugshots has been trying to give some of that hope. It's posted several We Do Recover stories, like Daniel's and Tiffany Pitcock's.
I got tired of seeing all the negative on there. It's like, I'm going to say it's possible. And I sent them my mug shots and they posted it.
Tiffany spent 3 years in federal prison for a drug-related crime after battling addiction for several years.
At first, whenever I was in the county, I was really upset about that. I was like, they didn't even give me anything that's mine. Like, why am I in here? But if I look back on it now, I think it was a divine intervention that saved my life.
Knowing everything she struggled with before her mugshot, Tiffany has empathy for those who end up on the page.
I mean, I was once in their shoes, so I'm going to pray for them. I'm going to pray really hard for them. You may have never even been down that road, so you have no idea what it's even about.
She's now living in Midland, sober, working full-time, and trying to mend relationships with her family. Daniel went back to school and now works as a counselor at Fire Sky Recovery here in Lubbock.
I love being on this side of things. I love seeing these guys come in here totally beat down, totally just, they're going through withdrawal, they're not doing so hot. And then give them a few days, a few weeks, they gain a little good weight, they start laughing, the light comes on in their eyes, and I just fell in love with that. Like that, to me, was so real, and I just found so much purpose in that.
While you may only see that darkest moment, these stories prove there can be more to life than a mugshot.
But it's possible. It can be done. We do recover.
Certainly some impressive stories there. And they're right. Yeah, people can make it.
It's
a little help, they can certainly get through.
Absolutely.
Well, with a little help, Santa's going to make it through tomorrow night. We're just looking at cloudy skies. But today we are looking at rain. We'll start with the future track, talk about those scattered showers into the afternoon. Again, nothing on the Skywatch storm tracker as of yet, but that will begin to change as our rain chances will begin to increase later this morning into the afternoon and evening. Again, these will be scattered showers, so it's not rain everywhere all at once. You may even get some breaks in the rain here and there. And then eventually, we'll have rain chances increase overnight, maybe even a couple of thunderstorms. No severe weather, I do want to emphasize that. But we could get a few showers, a couple of rumbles of thunder in the first half of our Tuesday. And then as we move into the second half of our Tuesday, we'll start to see these showers become a bit more scattered. And then by Tuesday night into Christmas morning, those showers will begin to go away. And it'll leave us just cloudy and a bit on the chilly side for Christmas morning. We'll have one more look at your forecast, plus the news you need to know right after this.
Well, here's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door. Well, Pittsburgh Parks and Rec held a holiday craft fair in the basement of Memorial Auditorium. The fair serves as a way for citizens to catch up on last-minute holiday shopping while supporting local vendors and businesses. Guests could also bring their kids to decorate sugar cookies with edible paint while they did the shopping. 9 Lives Cat Lounge and Adoption Center in Joplin held a breakfast with Santa. And not only could customers enjoy breakfast with Santa Claus himself, but they could enjoy the over 50 cats at the shelter, many of which are up for adoption. The event serves as a way to raise awareness of cats up for adoption. Well, Glitz and Glow in Carthage served as a last-minute shopping event for the 4 states. Participants could visit area vendors with products ranging from homemade sourdough bread to clothing to handmade leather products. The market also included wine tasting and a visit from Santa as well.
We're looking at highs today, low 50s for most of us, but maybe some upper 40s, cloudy skies, scattered showers, and south winds gusting 25 to 30 miles an hour. Cloudy skies through the evening. Winds will start easing up later this evening, and rain showers continue overnight, mid 40s, and maybe even a rumble of thunder or two. Christmas Day, highs, low 50s, maybe some upper 40s again, mostly cloudy, just straight up cloudy skies for Christmas Day. As we head into tomorrow, low 50s, rain in the first half of our Tuesday. They'll clear out by Christmas Eve, and then more showers and thunderstorms as we head into Thursday. Temperatures above average, upper 50s, low 60s. Cold front next Monday brings our temperatures right back down to December-like levels.
Alrighty. Well, former child star Macaulay Culkin recently said he considered buying the Home Alone house when it went up for sale earlier this year. The house in suburban Chicago was listed for more than $5 million in May.
Now, during a Q&A last week, Culkin said it He had a half a mind to buy it just for laughs. He said he imagined turning it into a movie funhouse where people could reenact scenes from the movie. In 2012, the home sold for nearly $1.6 million. Certainly an impressive looking house and an iconic house. Very iconic for those of you who have seen Home Alone. Well, thank you all so much for letting us put the good into your morning. We'll be back with more news and weather today at noon.
Have a great rest of your morning.